Hi, this is Yoga Linda and welcome to a gentle yet energizing yoga practice. We'll begin in a seated position, getting comfortable, allowing yourself to connect with the base of the body. Let your hands rest comfortably either in your lap or on your knees. Take a moment and close your eyes, turn the attention inward, and just begin to focus on your breath. Allow your breath to be natural, not trying to change anything about it. And just begin to notice the inhale and the exhale, the flow of the breath. We're going to begin to take a little deeper breath in. Try to allow the breath to move down into the abdomen. Inhale, maybe consciously allowing the abdomen to expand on the inhale. And then on the exhale, gently release the breath, slow it down, maybe even pausing to bring that abdomen in closer to the spine. Inhale, allowing the breath to go deeper into the torso. And on the exhale, once again, slow the breath down. Now once again, inhale, breathing deep into the torso. But on the exhale this time, blow out through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw. Inhale, breathing deeper into the torso. And exhale, breathe out through the mouth. Once again, inhaling deeper into the torso. And once more, a long, slow, steady exhale out through the mouth. Now on the inhale, extend your arms out to the sides and begin to lift them up overhead. And on the exhale, bring those hands down to the center of the chest. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, lift the arms up. And on the exhale, interlace those fingers, press your palms toward the ceiling. And then on the exhale, hinge over to your right. Press your left hip down. Lateral flexion of the spine. Inhale, come back up to center. And on the exhale, hinge to your left, opening through the right side of the body. Once again, inhale, come back up to center. And on the exhale, sweep the arms out. Feel the length between your right and left hand and begin to flex those hands, release those hands down beside the hips, allowing your shoulders to drop away from the ears. Inhale, and on the exhale, release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Inhale to center, and exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Once more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now come back to center. And on the exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Allow it to rest there for a moment. Now from here, take that chin in a semicircle over towards your right shoulder. And look out over the right shoulder. Inhale. And on the exhale, allow that chin to drop and move across the chest gently toward the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, taking it back over toward the right shoulder, looking out over the right shoulder on the inhale, and on the exhale, allow it to come down towards the chest, semicircling over to the left shoulder. Inhale, looking out over the left shoulder, and on the exhale, once again, release that chin down, Bring it across the chest and pause in the center. Inhale, lift your head up. And on the exhale, turn your palms up. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Keep your shoulders relaxed, palms facing each other. And on the exhale, twist at the waist toward the right side of the body, releasing your right hand down behind your right hip and releasing your left hand down to that right knee. Now, if this twist feels too intense, you can place both hands on the knees, but gently begin to look toward that right shoulder, lengthening through the spine, relaxing and releasing. And once again, inhale, come back to center, and on the exhale, extend those arms out and begin to inhale, lift the arms up overhead once again, palms facing each other, and on the exhale, twist at the waist and release your left hand behind your left hip, right hand comes to your left knee, sitting up tall, and relax and release. Now, keeping that left hand behind the left hip, inhale back to center, and on the exhale, bring that right hand behind the hips again and sit up tall. Inhale, lift your head up, taking a gentle back bend, being mindful of the back of the neck as you do. And now on the inhale, begin to lift those arms up overhead. And on the exhale, turn your palms forward and then begin to hinge forward at the hip flexors and begin to release those hands down wherever they release to. Try to keep your spine long and straight. Lead with the crown of the head. Feel the length in the spine. And breathe. And then as you find any release, begin to walk those hands out in front, finding a little bit deeper stretch here. We want to keep our low back lengthened. We don't want to round too soon. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears, crown of the head leading. Breathe. Now walk your hands in a semicircle over to the right. Begin to stretch the left side of the body. Breathe. Once again, bring those hands back to center, and then on the exhale, take the hands over towards the right side of the body, the left side of the body, stretching through the right side of the body, and breathe. And once again, we're going to walk those hands back to center, and then see if we find just a little bit more space to hinge forward. Walk those hands back in toward the torso. Now keep your right leg forward, bring your left leg back. We're going to come into a Z-sit position. Now place the right hand next to the right hip, bring your left hand over to the right side as well, and twist through the hips and waist. Now we can stay upright here, or you can begin to walk those hands out and release to the forearms, coming into deer pose. Allow yourself to release down to your forearms. You can keep your head lifted, or you can drop your forehead all the way down toward the mat. Great twist through the hips and waist, compression of the abdomen, great for your digestion, and also a calming forward fold. Now pressing into those hands, inhale, lift your head back up, and then walk those hands back toward the torso. Turn your torso back to the front, maybe placing that right hand behind the right hip. You might decide to press into that hand, lift the hips up, and bring that left arm up and over, stretching through the front of the torso, through the hip flexors. Inhale, and on the exhale, begin to release those hips back down to the mat. Come back to center, And now, bring your left leg forward and your right leg back, once again coming into a Z-sit. And allow yourself to place your left hand down next to your left hip, maybe bringing that right hand over to the left side as well. Twist deep through the hips and waist, and breathe. Deciding for yourself if you'd like to stay upright here, or if you want to walk those hands out, release to the forearms, possibly releasing your forehead all the way down to the mat. Now once again, pressing into those palms, inhale, lift your head up, walk your hands back towards your torso, turn your torso back to the front. Now placing that left hand behind the left hip, you might begin to lift those hips up, bring that right arm up and over, and stretch through the front of the torso once again. Inhale, and on the exhale, release those hips down, bring that right arm over to the right side, and then bring your right leg forward. Now from here, we're going to come onto all fours, and we're going to come into a child's pose. Child's pose, taking your knees wide, bring your toes together, sit back towards your heels, and then release your hands to the mat as you walk those hands out. You can extend those arms all the way out in front. You can release your forearms if you like, or you might even stack your hands and place your head on your hands. So deciding for yourself where you'd like to be in this pose. Child's pose, an excellent option for anxiety reduction, for insomnia relief, and also a great low back and hip tension reliever. Now inhale, lift your head, and on the exhale, we're going to walk our hands back in, and we're going to lift our hips up and bring our knees in so that we're coming to a tabletop position. And then begin to step your right foot forward. Place your right foot down on the mat, place your hands on either side of the mat, and then we're going to lift our torso up, maybe pressing into your right thigh as you come up. And then we want to bring our torso up over our hips. Make sure that there's enough space between your right foot and your left knee that you feel stable. Begin to release your hands down beside your hips. And from here, we're going to begin to lift those arms up overhead. We want to keep our shoulders relaxed, our gaze forward, palms facing each other. Make sure that you feel stable here. You can stay right here. You might decide to lift your gaze, but that can shift your balance, so take your time, be gentle with yourself. You might even decide to interlace those fingers, maybe even taking a gentle back bend. Just remembering that back bending poses can sometimes aggravate anxiety, and if this is how you feel in this pose, feel free to come back to the beginning position or come into a child's pose. Once again, inhale, come back to center, and on the exhale, we're going to begin to release those hands down to shoulder height. Inhale, open your arms wide, and on the exhale, twist at the waist toward your right knee. So now, coming into a balancing pose here, with your arms extended, your gaze to the right side of the mat. Breathe. Now inhale, and then on the exhale, release your left hand down to the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up, twisting through the torso. Breathe. Now inhale, and on the exhale, release your right hand down to the mat, step your right knee back, Take your knees wide, push back to a child's pose for a moment. Now inhale, lift your head, and on the exhale, walk your hands back towards your torso, spread your fingers wide, lift your hips, bring your knees in, and then this time we're going to step that left foot forward, place it down on the mat between the hands on either side of the mat, framing that foot, and then begin to lift your torso up once more. Allow that torso to come up over the hips. Make sure that you have enough space between both legs so that you're comfortable and balanced. Inhale, lift the arms up. Keep your shoulders relaxed, palms facing one another. You can stay here or gaze upward. You might interlace those fingers, possibly even taking a deeper back bend. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale once more, the hands come down to shoulder height. Inhale, open your arms wide. And on the exhale, once again, twist at the waist, turning toward that left knee. Breathe. And once again, inhale. And on the exhale, release your right hand down to the mat. Lift that left arm up, opening through the heart center. Breathe. Now inhale, and on the exhale, release that left hand down on the inside of that left foot and step the left foot back to meet the right. This time keep your knees together as you push your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands out in front in a modified child's pose, allowing that chest to rest on the thighs. This allows you to rock side to side, a gentle abdominal massage. It's also great for the circulation in the upper torso. Just inhale and exhale. Now coming back to center, lift your head, walk your hands back towards your knees, sit back on your heels, stretching your quadriceps. Be mindful of the compression in your knees and your ankles. You can stay right here, great stretch, or maybe walk your hands back behind the back, palms down. You can stay upright or you can bend your elbows down toward the floor, deepening the stretch. Now inhale, lift your torso up, place your hands down in front, tuck your toes, sit back towards your heels, rock the heels back toward the mat, and then come up to standing. So we're going to come to our standing mountain position. Check your feet, make sure that they're 1 to 2 fist width apart. Create a soft bend in the knees so that the circulation isn't cut off, and you have some flexibility and you're activating your thigh muscles. Now, bring your awareness to your pelvic region, from the top of your thighs to the top of your hips. And we're going to focus on our core, but on the inside of the body, not the surface level, not the exterior, but on the interior. So we want to bring our awareness to the base of our pelvic region and lift those muscles up toward the center of the body. And then think about all the muscles that wrap around the outer edge of the pelvis and draw them in toward the spine to support it. So between the top of the thighs and the top of the hips, lift, draw in, and then also breathe. Allow yourself to be relaxed enough through the pelvis that you can comfortably breathe, letting the belly soften and expand. Now with the arms down by the sides, relax your shoulders. Bring your awareness to the crown of the head this time. And we're going to lift up through the crown of the head, not the chin or the shoulders. Lift up through the crown of the head. Feel the engagement throughout the entire torso. Standing mountain position. It doesn't look like a lot, but there's a lot going on in the body when we connect throughout the entire body, as we should. Feel your toes, feel your heels on the mat. And now, turn your palms forward. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, and then exhale. Release your hands down to the center of the chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and press them back. Now we're going to shift into our right foot, turning the left foot out. We're coming into tree pose. So balancing poses are great for reducing anxiety because they occupy the mind, and as well as sending a signal to the vagus nerve in the brain that says everything's okay, because we wouldn't be doing these balancing poses if we were in danger. And so allow your left heel to come up onto the ankle if you prefer, or you can place that foot on the calf or the thigh. We just don't want to place it on the outside of the knee. Allow yourself to pick a point in front of you to focus on. Just breathe. So allow yourself to let go of thinking and just feel your body and breath. You might begin to lift those arms up overhead. Keep your elbows and shoulders relaxed as you do so. Maybe opening those hands out. Let your shoulders relax. Just breathe. Once again, bring your hands back together. And then on the exhale, allow your hands to come down to the center of the chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And release that left foot to meet the right. Shift back to center. And then shifting into that left foot, turn the right foot out. Decide if you'll stay here. Heel to the ankle, sole of the foot to the calf or thigh. Once again, begin to inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Breathe. Maybe opening those hands out. Once again, allow those hands to come back to center. Release them down to the heart and release the right foot to meet the left. Now from here, once again, shift into that right foot. This time take that left foot, cross it over the right, touch the toe down if you like. You might decide to wrap that foot around the back of the calf. You might even decide to bend those knees and drop the hips a bit. Now from here, extend your arms out to shoulder height. Bring that right arm over the left and give yourself a nice hug. Great shoulder opening stretch. Now you can stay here, or you might decide to intertwine those arms in eagle arms. You might lift the elbows up. You can stay upright here, or you might decide to hinge forward. As you do, keep your head above the heart, keep your gaze forward, and breathe. And once again, inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, unwind your arms, uncross the legs, bring your hands back to the heart. Now shifting into that left foot, take that right foot, cross it over the left, touch the toe down. Decide if you'll stay here or wrap that foot around the back of the calf. Maybe you decide to bend those knees, dropping the hips a little lower. We might decide to open those hands out. And this time bring that left arm over the right and give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe we stay here, or maybe we intertwine the arms in eagle arms. Maybe lifting those elbows up. We might even decide to hinge forward, head above the heart, and breathe. Once again, we inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, unwind your arms, uncross the legs, right back to where we began. Now from here, we're going to come back down onto our mats. And we're going to allow ourselves to come onto our backs. From here, bringing those knees into the chest. Place your hands on your knees or wrap your hands around the shins. And we might decide to rock side to side here. A gentle low back massage as well as an abdominal massage. Inhaling and exhaling. Now come back to center. Hug the knees in just a bit tighter. And then begin to release that left foot down onto the mat. Place the outside edge of your right foot on top of that left thigh and gently allow your right knee to open out. We're going to come into a supine pigeon. So this is a gentle version of pigeon. Great way to begin to open that hip out if pigeon is not for you at this time. Maybe it's too intense, or if you have any type of hip injury, this is a much more gentle version. Now, you can let that knee open on its own, or you might place your right hand on that thigh, pressing it open a little deeper. Maybe you decide you'd like to take it a bit deeper, bringing that left knee in toward the chest, possibly wrapping your hand around that left shin. You might even decide to extend that left leg up toward the ceiling. And breathe. Great hip opening stretch. Now inhale, and on the exhale, set that left foot down. Hug your right knee in toward your right shoulder. You might even reach for the outside edge of that right foot, lifting the sole of the foot up toward the ceiling as you press your right knee down toward the floor in half happy baby. And then begin to release that right foot down onto the mat. Draw your left knee in towards your chest, turn it out to the left side of the body and place the outside edge of that left foot on top of your right thigh. And again, you can gently allow that knee to open on its own. You might take your palm and press against that thigh, deepening the stretch a bit. Breathe. Maybe we decide to bring that right knee in toward the chest. Wrap your hand around that shin if you like, or extend the right leg up toward the ceiling, drawing that right thigh towards you. And breathe. Now once again, inhale, and on the exhale, set that right foot down. Take a hold of the edge of that left foot. Lift the sole of that foot up toward the ceiling, drawing that knee down toward the mat. Now inhale, and on the exhale, release that left foot down onto the mat. From here, we're going to extend that left leg all the way to the end of the mat. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, give it a hug. And we're going to take this right leg and bring it across the body toward the left and begin to release that right foot and knee down toward the floor. Extend your right arm out and turn and look at your right outstretched hand. Supine spinal twist with the left leg fully extended. Now, you can do this with both knees bent if that feels better for you. So listen to your body and take the version that feels best for you. And breathe. Supine spinal twist, great for your spinal nerve health, for your balance and your digestion. Breathe. And once again, inhale, come back to center. Hug the knee in toward the chest and release the right leg down to the end of the mat. Draw your left knee in toward your chest, and we're going to place our right hand on top of that left knee. Draw that left knee across the body and release it to the right side of the body. As you extend that left arm out, turn and look at the left outstretched hand and breathe. And once again, inhale, bring your left knee back into center. Give it a nice deep hug into your chest. Draw your right knee in as well. Allow the soles of the feet to come together, your hands to rest on your knees, keeping them supported. So externally rotating both legs at this point. You might take your hands and reach for the ankles or interlace your fingers, placing them around the feet. Let your knees open wide. Breathe. Supine Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose, some call it butterfly, just allowing an external rotation of both of those thighs. And then bringing both knees together. From here, we're going to begin to extend both legs up toward the ceiling, coming into legs up the wall, our gentlest inversion. Try this with your legs up an actual wall at night. Great for relaxing the backs of the legs. Good stretch for your hamstrings, back of your knees and calves. Also notice your quadriceps are softened, your hip flexors are strengthened. Good for the circulation in your legs. Excellent for your heart health. It's a safe inversion. Allow yourself to press those heels toward the ceiling. It also helps to calm anxiety and reduce insomnia. And maybe you point those toes and flex the feet. Point and flex. Once more point. And once more flex. Now begin to bend both knees in. Place those feet wide on the mat. Inhale. And on the exhale, let both knees shift to the right side of the body. Releasing an asymmetrical shift of both legs. Great for your hips, your thighs, your knees. And breathe. Just like gravity, do the work, relax and release the tension. Now inhale, bring those knees back to center, and then on the exhale, let both knees fall to the left side of the body. Asymmetrical shift in the opposite direction, little windshield wiper motion, and breathe. And once again, inhale, bring those knees back to center, and then begin to extend both legs to the end of the mat. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch out the entire torso from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Flex your feet, press through those heels. Point the toes once again. Reach through the right side of your body, so right fingertips to the right toes. Now reaching through the left side of your body. Come back to center once more, flex those feet, really give it a nice stretch, and then on the exhale, let both feet fall open to either side. Bring your hands down next to your hips, palms up. You might lift your shoulders up off the mat and let them come down more comfortably. Rock your hips side to side, shake out the legs. We're going to allow our bodies to prepare for final relaxation. Adjust. Make any final changes to your posture to allow yourself to come into stillness comfortably. Begin to allow your breathing to return to its natural state. Begin to let go of movement. Let go of holding on to tension. Allow yourself to begin to relax completely. Now bring your awareness to your right thumb. Begin to relax your right thumb, relaxing all the fingers on the right hand. Allow your palm to relax. Wrist. Relax your right forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Relax your right shoulder. Now relax the toes on your left foot. Relax the sole of the foot, top of the foot, heel, and ankle. Relaxing your shin, calf, knee, thigh. Relax your hip. Now bring your awareness to the fingers on your left hand. Relax the fingers on your left hand, your palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm. Relax your left shoulder. Relax the toes on your right foot, sole of the foot, top of the foot, heel, ankle, shin and calf, knee, and thigh. Relax your right hip. Bring your awareness to your tailbone. Begin to relax the tailbone. Relax each of the vertebrae in the spine. Let your sacrum and the muscles of the low back relax. Relaxing muscles of the mid-back. Allow the rib cage to relax. The vertebrae in the upper spine. Let your shoulder blades relax and all the muscles of the upper back. Relaxing the back of the neck, base of the skull. Allow the entire back of the head to begin to relax. The crown of the head, your forehead and temples. Relax the muscles behind your eyes. Relax the eyes themselves, eyelids, nose and cheeks. Relaxing both ears, Let your lips relax, the tongue, lower jaw relaxing away from the upper jaw, throat relaxing, collarbones. Relax the entire chest, heart and lungs, solar plexus relaxing, and abdomen. On the next inhale, begin to breathe in a deep sense of calm. Let the abdomen soften and expand on the inhale. As you breathe in that sense of calm deeply, and on the exhale, let go of any remaining tension. Whole body deeply relaxed. Allow yourself to rest here for a moment or two longer. As you're ready, wiggle your toes gently. Wiggle your fingers. Begin to let your head move from side to side gently. Begin to bend your knees. Make your way over onto your right or left side. Take at least 3 full breaths here before you meet me in a seated posture. Take all the time you need. As you do come to a seated posture, bring your thumbs into the center of your palms, wrap your fingers around those thumbs, and let your hands rest down on your knees in Adi Mudra. One of the gestures in yoga, this one is calming for anxiety and helps us to feel grounded and stable. Take a moment, turn the attention inward, reflect on your practice, what you experienced. Allow yourself to notice what you enjoyed and what you didn't, what was easy, what was challenging, anything that might have shifted or changed since we began. Thank you for joining me with your practice today. I honor the place in you which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. From my heart to yours, namaste.